last artist was fire. I don't know what's going on. That was fire.
Fire.
That was the same female that did the Bad Bitch record.
That song was hard. Like, yo.
But we're here, and we're here with the man that produced that record.
Am I coming in clear or is it choppy?
Nah, you clear, bro.
Nah, you good. You clear. You clear.
You crystal clear right now. You on.
Nah, what's up, Live? I mean, hopefully I enjoyed that. The last artist, B.Hanka, that's my artist. I produced the record. You know what I mean? Capable.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I need that in my library. I just send you my email.
Say no more. I got you, brother.
Right.
We just dropped the EP, her EP last weekend. Time to Myself. You know, quarantine vibes. You know, some songs we put together. I produced all the records. Just stuff we've been sitting on, not our core stuff, but definitely we've been getting great feedback from the fans, bro. It's exclusively on Bandcamp.
Exclusively on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Well, he got me as a fan because as soon as I heard that, I just wow.
Yeah, that was definitely a vibe.
Respect, yo, respect.
So you are an established artist, engineer, and producer, hailing from the Bronx, where you were born in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's crazy, but yeah. Born in the Philippines. My parents was in the Air Force. That's how I was conceived. I was conceived overseas.
Okay. Have you ever actually been to the Philippines?
I never went back, but that's one of my life goals. I do want to go back. You know what I'm saying? I never went back, though, since I left.
Okay. How do you feel like that helps, like knowing where you're from? How has that contributed to your artistry?
Kept me more open-minded. Definitely more open-minded to sounds and just cultures and stuff that I may not be privy to. You know what I mean? So I was more open-minded growing up. You know what
I mean? Okay. Which came first, the artist, the engineering, or the producing?
You said what? What was the question?
What came first, the artist, the engineer, or the producing?
The artistry came first. I was a writer first. I started as a writer. I was a poet. That was my entry into it. And then, you know, DJing, that fell second. And then it became engineering from the DJing. Production is the last skill set. That's been recent. The past 5 years, I've been a producer. My career is like 23 years. It spans 23 years.
But yet you look so young.
I mean, I started real young. Like, I started as a little kid. I mean, that's the fact. Self-taught, then go to school for it. You know what I mean?
As far as production goes, like, what all type of production do you do? Hip hop, R&B?
Mainly R&B and trap, and hip hop. Mainly those genres, urban genres. I have done reggae. I haven't really ventured out too much after that as of yet as a producer. I've mixed everything. African, you know what I mean? Everything. Yeah. Like Latin, you feel what I'm saying? I've actually produced Latin trap, but it's still the same genre. It's still trap. So.
Okay.
But my bad, y'all. My bad, unique, yo. The background's unique. How you feel, you said what?
Nah, everybody got quiet.
Nah, my bad, y'all. I'm over here. I ain't gonna hold y'all. The 420.
Nah, he making sure that mix is right.
Hey, see, I like this guy.
Nah, I got you, fam. It ain't a mistake to you own it. That's how I live. You feel me? That's real.
I feel you.
Be a show business.
Nah, I feel you. I respect that. But for you, like, how was the transition from one trade to the next, like as far as DJing into engineering, and then like you said recently into producing? Like how has each profession benefited the other or helped to transcend the other?
Well, honestly, it's as simple as like I just sat down and wanted to do something, and you know what I mean, took time to learn it and did it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Also, I've done videos, video directing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The highlight of my video work made it to URL TV. I had a couple battle rappers I shot work for, and then Smack had put it on the URL TV. He was co-signing the work. But you know, all self-taught, like, you feel what I'm saying? That's a sidebar. I don't think that was in my bio, but you know, whatever the skill, man. Whatever the skill, man. Whatever the skill, you know what I mean? I just
What was the funnest thing that you learned self-taught?
what?
Like, of all the things that you self-taught, what was the funnest thing that you learned? Like, out of everything.
I mean, engineering's been like the most it's been the lengthiest and I guess the most rewarding. You feel what I'm saying? I've been able to work with a lot of different artists throughout my career, you know what I mean? And that's been rewarding in itself. You know, I've seen artists grow. You know what I mean? French Montana was in my crib in 2001 when he was doing like the Cocaine City, you know what I mean, DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. I fucked up that session, keeping it a buck. I fucked it up. That session taught me how to be professional. I had about 15 guys in my crib. We smoking. We young. I'm like 16. And I'm like, oh, the Cocaine City nigga coming up. You know what I mean? Instead of kicking them out to have my session, they stayed. He spent like 4 bars. He was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to come back. But that taught me, like, yo, be professional, bro. Like, you got to be on point. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You got to be ready and shit. So, you know what I mean? But, you know, the crib been crazy. Everybody in the Bronx been to the crib. It was like a basement studio. You know what I mean? I was like Rap City, the basement type vibes. Like, word.
Okay.
Everybody pulled up. Everybody. Anybody you could name from the Bronx. From 2000 to like 2015 era, like that, you know what I mean? They pulled up to the crib.
That's what's up. So out of all of those self-taught trades, if you had to narrow it down and only could do one, which one would it be, and why would that one hold more weight over the other ones?
See, that's kind of a trick question, but if I only could do one, it would be managing B.Hanka. Like, I believe in her. I believe she's a superstar, and everything else is all encompassing. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say, you know, managing my superstar, managing B.Hanka.
So
I respect that.
How did you two end up actually getting together?
Well, actually, through another engineer. Shout out my man Joe. Another engineer. He had a session with her, but I guess he was like fatigued, and he had asked me to just fill in. You know, I was around. I had downtime, so I filled in. I was actually upset at Joe. So the energy I gave, it was just like on some attitude, mean. She thought I was like crazy mean and shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it was really just, you know, I was tight at Joe about some shit. So it was like, you know, me being human, I couldn't mask it. So basically we worked that session. It was a good vibe though. And that's the start. It was her engineer as an engineer.
So what did you see in her that you haven't seen, let's say, in a hip hop artist that made you want to manage her?
No, it was different. I can't tell you what. It was just
vibe, energy.
It was different. I was just like, yo, I definitely want to be a part of her career. Like, she's definitely gonna be something. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It was like from that first session. That's real shit. Word. Like, it was different. I was like, yo, she's gonna be something special, yo.
Right.
I only felt that about myself as an artist. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, word.
So if you could, I mean, and I know some people don't like to do this, but if you could like put her in an era as far as like now the 90s or whatever like that. Like, where would you categorize her now, and where do you see her
Ooh,
ending? Like, where do you see her ending up in the next upcoming years?
good job, Chris.
That's kind of tricky too, because she could do the '90s well. She's definitely current. You know what I mean? Where I would personally gauge the sound, I would say late '90s to like 2000s, like you know what I mean, late 2000s.
I could see
That's
it.
the current. That's the current
Yeah, definitely.
sound. I would say.
I could definitely go for that.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Is she the only artist that you have right now that you're working with right now, or you have other artists in the arsenal?
As far as managing, yes. As far as producer, no. I work with a plethora of different artists. As far as production, managing, I only manage one. It's a lot of work,
Okay.
I do get asked about it, but I always tell artists, like keeping it a buck, you shouldn't even be asking for management. You should want people that's invested in your career. When the time is right, you'll know. You shouldn't be asking people to manage you. I just feel like that's already a position you don't really want to be in, because then is it genuine, or is it, you know what I mean? You want somebody that believes in you as an artist. You got to make them believe. That's the work you got to do as an artist. Whatever that is to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I respect that.
But
That sounds almost poetic right there.
You said what?
That sounds so poetic.
I told you I was a poet. I was a poet at first.
And
I got
we
away with
didn't
words.
know it.
Word.
How long were you doing poetry?
So about till I hit my 20s. Once I hit college, I stopped. So I would say like length of time was about 6 years.
Hmm. Did you like take your poetry like further, or was it more like a hobby, or something like, you know what, I like to write poetry, so I'm gonna write it, or did it actually like go somewhere with it?
It
And
started as
what made
a
you
hobby.
stop?
It started as a hobby. It became an actual job. Shout out to my first mentor, Tony Blackman. I was on tour. I used to do readings with my poetry. I did weekly classes where I would get paid for poetry. That's actually what made me stick to it, because it was like bread. Like I was always like hustling, so I'm like, all right, should I get paid for this shit? Why not? Like, you feel what I'm saying? That was
Right.
that kept me into it. Then I kind of fell back with it because it transitioned. It became a music expression. So it really wasn't a need for the poetry. I got the same feeling with the music, hitting shows, doing shows, open mics, and instead of slam poetry events and stuff. I was getting more,
Okay.
my passion fed through that.
Did you, or do you see yourself putting any of your poetry into any of the music that you're doing now, whether it's producing music, managing music, or just doing it yourself in general? Like, did you see any of your poetry being turned into a song itself?
No, personally, no. To me, that was an era that I don't do it anymore. I don't consider myself a poet. I do consider myself an artist or an MC. So in that form, or like it probably would manifest, but in poetry form, I don't see it. I haven't been active since
Okay.
like I said, teenage years.
Okay, I asked that because I know, because I used to write poetry too, and I have friends and brothers that produce and engineer, and he actually turned like three of my poems into different songs. So
That's fine.
I was just curious if that was something that you ever had thought about, or had it ever crossed your mind in the transitional phases, if you want to say, of poetry to DJ to artist to engineer to producer to manager, things like that.
Nah, not the poetry aspect. Nah, it never really crossed over or crossed my mind to like bring it back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Be honest. You know what I mean?
Now I mean, look, if you're not honest with yourself, look, what's the point, right?
That's a fact.
So you've been
Okay.
sorry. You've been doing a lot of work with Sean Conn lately. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's a fact. Well, that work starts, back in like 2005. But we was in a group for 9 years. I don't know if y'all familiar with Triborough. You know what I mean? We won awards and we had semi-success in the underground, almost there with a major deal. You know what I mean? It kind of went bad, and it was like a year of bad dealing situations with the contracts. But we were successful as independent hip hop group. But we was in a group together, me, Sean Conn, and Fresh Air. So that's our first relationship. You know what I mean? Once the group stopped being active as a group, we all still brothers. We still kept working, me as his engineer. So we do have a project coming out. What is it? Con and the Genius. And I'm the producer of the project. You know what I mean? So I'm producing all the records on the track, on the project.
Okay, so tell us about the track you sent us. Bigger Vibes.
Bigger Vibes. Well, he just dropped that, I want to say last Monday. That's the first single off the project. And it's basically a new direction for Con. He's like core hip hop, boom bap, 90s. That's his sound. This is more innovative. This is more current, more modern, trap, auto-tune vibes. It's more modern take with the hip hop. So it's a new take on Con through my direction and my push through it. So, that's what Bigger Vibes basically is. It's the first single of that sound.
Okay, so how about you introduce yourself?
Well, we're about to play the Sean Conn single called Bigger Vibes. This is on all streaming platforms currently. Y'all could search that now, Sean Conn, Bigger Vibes, produced by the Con Genius. You can play that.
You know that it's a double O, I let it go. You know that it's a double O, I let it flow. You know that it's a double O. People that non-stop and shit, I keep it going. And no, this ain't apocalypse, I keep it flowing. Said I got a lot of hits, I get to spit, and God is on the beat. It's with the hits, and take it with my slides. I'm so wild, and I'm moving with the flow. You know the vibe, everybody wanna come with me. And go around when you're rapping with a queen, nigga. I hold down. My motivation and grind is still the same, though. Connery, I get admired by your main hoe. If you ain't in it for paper, then what you came for? I'm not about that fame, baby, I stay low. I'm not a devil, but I never had a halo. Do it myself, I don't need shooters on the payroll. That's the sound that your boy make. Kind beans in the oven, watch the boy make. You don't want that beef just like a raw steak. We all about that cream, but we need more cake. I keep it going, and know this ain't a pocket. I keep it going. Then I got a lot of hits, I get to spit. And kind is on the beat, they get the hit. You can see it in my smile. I'm so alive in a minute till the wheels fall. You know the vibe, everybody wanna come with me and go around when you reppin' with the queens, nigga. I hold it down. Every day is like a new year. No confetti, but champagne, my crew here. We celebrate success, that's how we do it. We keep it true, no lie, we don't do it. I'm from the district. If you don't play by the rules, then you get your wig split. No hesitation, they will run up on you this quick. I'm from the block where they whip up like this quick. We on a cash run, and we will never make it rain until the cash done. I keep it fly, drip to death, be the fashion. In the concrete jungle, lane, they could be your last one. The money and power is such a good feeling. We stacking this paper way up to the ceiling. The money and power is such a good feeling. We stack. In this paper way up to the ceiling. Must have been a king in my past life. Ain't no slow me down in the fast life. If I didn't get left, you don't act right. No, these guys can't see me with a flashlight. So that how I'm stopping shit. I keep it going. And no, this ain't apocalypse. I keep it flowing. I said I got a lot of hits. I get to spit in conscience on the beat. And get the hit. You can see it in my smile. I'm so alive in a minute till the wheels fall. You know the vibe. Everybody wanna come with me and go around when you reppin' with a queen's digger. I hold it down.
And we back. Ooh, this is fire.
Look at him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Are you from
No,
Queens?
man.
Like, you from Queens?
No, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx.
No, I know you're from the Bronx.
Sean Carter's from Queens. Yeah, Sean Carter's from Queens. Yeah.
What part?
He's from Hollis, St. Albans.
Oh, he's from
let's get it.
St. Albans, right here.
Hollis in the building.
I'm from Astoria,
shit.
so I don't know about that life. I'm sorry.
I mean,
It's
but
still
y'all still
Queens.
Queens. That's what's up. You know what I mean?
Still Queens.
True.
Word.
That's
But I'm
true.
glad y'all fucking with it, though. I'm glad y'all fucking with it.
Definitely.
No, that's a fact. I was following him for a minute. But so how was your trials working with Silent Celeb? That was one of my homegirls. And I know she be doing a lot of good things.
What you mean trials? Ain't no trials with
Well,
celeb. It's all
not so much.
tribulations.
Not trials.
Don't get me in
Well.
trouble. Don't get me in trouble, TP.
Nah, that's
Everybody
first of
give
all,
me a
that's
trouble.
family. That's like my sister.
That's
you
a
know what I
fact.
mean? I've been hunting Janae, probably since. Don't quote me on this, celeb. Probably I want to say 2008, 2009. Around that time, I think I was music choice. I was a music choice programmer, sidebar. Yeah, she's incredible, yo. She was actually I produced her latest single. She was supposed to shoot it on my birthday, but we got the quarantine shit. That shit was gonna be a whole movie, yo. That's a fact.
Damn, when's your birthday?
It was March 29th.
Yeah, that was right on.
That's crazy.
I spent the
I'm
quarantine.
supposed to have a whole day. I'm supposed to have a whole day show on that day, so I already know how you feeling.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm like, hey, this
It's
is
all
what it
good.
is.
Every day we alive is a new day, though. That's how I look at it.
That's a fact.
So I posed this question to everybody that tells me that they either DJ or producer, things like that, and I've been getting different answers, and it's one of those tricky questions, but it may or may not be tricky to you. So
Gotcha.
as far as like the producer role, because I know everybody be asking top 5 artists, top 5 rappers, all this other stuff, but I want to know your top 5 producers, and then we put them in any order, and then after that, I got a part 2 to that question. I'm gonna ask you that separately. So, who would you say like the top 5 producers out there right now, or in the past?
All right, so I'm glad you said "or" in the past, so that definitely made it a little more easier. I'm gonna say Dr. Dre, Dilla, rest in peace, Dilla.
Okay.
Timberland, Just Blaze, and I'm gonna say Kanye. Kanye.
This is our
Alright,
second
now.
report of Kanye.
That's a fact. Now,
Just
these
being
are your top
honest,
5
like,
producers, right?
my opinion. Yeah, producers.
All right. So now, out of these top 5 producers, from 1 to 5, 1 being the best, obviously, 5 to be. Matter of fact, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, right? Which producer would? Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch it. Which producer would best benefit your artist? Because being that you are a producer, I'm gonna switch it from you to your artist. So, which of those producers would you feel from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best? would best benefit your artist style and music?
I'm gonna say Dre won. As far as best, right? One is good, right?
Nah, one is the worst.
Who's the worst?
Oh nah, so Dre is 5. My fault,
Right.
Dre is
That's
5.
why I was like, wait. I was like,
I'm gonna do it in reverse. I'm gonna do it in reverse. Dre is
I
5.
got you. Uh-huh.
Kanye's 4. As far as my artist goes, Kanye's 4. As far
Okay.
as my artist,
Okay.
Okay. Timberland.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the others. Who I said?
You said Just Blaze and
all right,
Dilla.
so Just Blaze, and then Dilla.
All right.
Only because Dilla's sound may be slightly dated. That's all. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No disrespect to Dilla.
Now, would that 5 change if it was for you? Would that order change?
Potentially, yeah.
My DJ is getting you.
I think Just Blaze will be moving up. He'll probably be like 2. It'll still probably be Dre 5. You know what I mean? Just Blaze will be 4. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Everybody else will probably be 4.
I respect it. Now, if you want to answer top 5 artists, you can. I'm tired of.
Nah, we've avoided the most important question of the night.
What question?
My bad. What's up?
What is your top 5 wrestlers?
Nah, I didn't avoid that. I had you on that. All time.
See, it's only it's a certain era for me, so I'm gonna just name it. You know what I mean?
That's
Ultimate Warrior.
Past or present.
Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? I'm only talking the 90s, late 80s, 90s. That's it. You know what I mean? To me, that was the golden era of wrestling. You know what I mean? Fucking Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker,
right.
Stone Cold.
Right.
I ain't gonna front Goldberg when he first came out on WCW.
Back in the day when the spirit was effective.
Yeah. Back in the day. When he first came out, I swear he was like undefeatable. Like,
he was like 174 and
Hulk Hogan's just a staple. You can't go wrong with Hulk Hogan. You can't go wrong with him. That's like a wrestling staple. You can't go.
That's WrestleMania 1 right there.
I was scared of though as a kid. Papa Shango, fam.
Papa Shango was dope too.
Yo, he scared me as a kid. Like, he scared me. I ain't gonna front.
He used to bug me out.
Listen, man, guys, I'm still not over the fact that my mother used to watch wrestling, lied to me about it, and then still try to prevent me from watching the shit. I don't know. I want to talk about Tito Santana. What? Tito Santana, God damn it!
And mommy took it way back.
Yo, mom took it way back. I was like, okay, I'm going home. I'm out of quarantine. I'm done.
Right.
Now I make sure
That's
when I
one
watch
thing, though. Wrestling, you all watch wrestling, fam. That's one thing, B.
I feel like wrestling brings people together, even though the people like us are annoyed of it now. It still brings people together to talk shit.
I want to get somebody on the show that watches wrestling now.
I mean, you mean other than me?
Other than us. I want to get somebody that's like, they like Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear that.
You want me to? Next week.
I mean, we got a couple of people that we got a few people that know that watch it now that I couldn't tell you right now.
Yeah, that's right. I want to get somebody. I want to just straight to somebody who like watches the product now. Because we got a lot of people who know of the product or watch it or used to watch it but don't watch it. So we're getting a lot of the same answers when it comes to like favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's always Stone Cold, it's always Rock.
But you know what it is too? I think it's more so because when we ask the questions, if you notice, we always allow them to say from the past also.
Fact.
Yeah, that's
But I think that's
Because
because a lot of people don't watch the
right,
product now.
because notice when I mentioned the producers and I said past, he was like, "Yo, I'm glad you said past." Also,
Yeah.
because a lot of people, because it's like it does make it easy because it's like, all right, I'm gonna go with who my parents used to watch, or my big brother, or whatever,
Fact.
or I'm gonna go with the answers that you expect me to say. Like nobody's gonna expect you to like if you say, "Oh, tell me your favorite wrestlers, past, present, or whatever like that." Once you say that, they're gonna tell you the ones that they think they want to hear.
True.
Yeah.
So that's really all it is. Because if we ask somebody right now, like if we used to say, let's say for argument's sake, if we used to call TRB or Lucius right now, I'm like, yo, top 5 wrestlers of now.
Yeah.
You'll get the Roman Reigns and the Ricochet and all that now.
Yo, but TRB would probably nominate himself in the top 5 wrestler.
Well, we have to tell him not to do that. And then he'll give you a 5 wrestler.
But you know what? You know who's on my top 5 artists right now?
Who's that?
Who that?
Our guest right here, he also had a track that he sent me.
Hey, I'm with it.
That's a fact.
Let's get to it. Tell us about it.
Well, I blew the dust off one of my files. You know what I mean? I was sitting on 2013 recorded. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I just did a quarantine mix on it. I called my sister up. She's on the record, Mala Reigns. I'm like, yo, you know, I'm gonna drop this joint. I hit the producer up. You know what I mean? He was with it. And that's basically the backstory with it. It's a 2013 record that's been slightly more upgraded with the mix.
Nice.
All right, what's the name of it?
It's called Carl Winslow.
I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing this track. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's queued up.
Word.
It's
All right, so why don't you introduce it real quick for us?
All right, go ahead.
Introduce it for us.
Well, the artist side, my name is Alous, so this is a new Alous record called Carl Winslow, featuring Mala Reigns. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I enjoy this one. This is real hip hop right here.
woohoo!
We back at it again.
3 times the charm.
Hope they ready for that one. Or shall I say this one? We live. Sell. The Advocate. Touch-toe Tactics. It's your boy. Endo, when I'm Endo, provide info on the intro. If the end's low, then the end result. Make it father cop, call Winslow.
Father cop, call Winslow.
Make it father cop, call Winslow.
Father cop, call Winslow.
Make it father cop, call Winslow. Endo, when I'm Endo, provide info on the intro. If the end's low, then the end result. Make it father cop, call Winslow.
Father cop, call Winslow. Make your father cop, call Winslow. I need incense for my tempo. Set your poppy to fetch my poppy, and he doing it. Rappy Dante, Fuego, Post Haste, Moonweed, Caliente. Boys out with they toys out. Tuesdays and Thursdays, numbers met. Politics, hit back, sensei. Ask me what I am, and I answer I'm a scholar. I bet girl like my mommy, intelligent like my father. Pimp run through my bloodline. Pimp juice in my vodka. Don't need nobody. Handle mine, shots up. Pull up in them big trucks with the driver in them in touch. Flat screens and the system down the block. Down, slow up. You be in the tucker with the Reggie's going round and the system sound.
Endo, when I'm Endo, provide info on the intro. If the end's low, then the end result. Make it father cop, call Winslow.
Make your father cop, call Winslow.
Make it father cop, call Winslow.
Make your father cop, call Winslow.
Make it father cop, call Winslow. Endo, when I'm Endo, provide info on the intro. If the end's low, then the end result. Make it father cop, call Winslow. 420 scholar trail. All about a dollar bill. The way I live, I gotta change. The extra bird, my fist smiler. With a bunch of sheep rolling the Fontely. Get high with me, that's the policy. OG Kush, you ain't walk skies with me. You ain't go west on the other side of the street. It's America, I'm a slave, honestly. Young black male raised in no poverty. It didn't bother me. You the stress of the dead as father fee. Never mind who gon' ride with me. Try to find the keys. I want it all plus to find his feet. Fuck modesty. Try to get mine and provide for team. And the rest invest, multiply like green lunch. I want stacks, nigga. For the new studio to make tracks, nigga. BX till we die, I retract, nigga. Bad girl president is that, nigga. Spell it right, it's on the arm. My life ain't all sweet. My heart be calm. This purple clean, puffin' potent, got me reminiscing. Another round, blow without commission. Endo, provide info on the intro. If the end's low, then the end result. Make it for the top, call Winslow. Make it for the cop, call Winslow. Make it for the cop, call Winslow. Make it for the cop, call Winslow. Endo, but I'm Endo, provide info on the intro. If the end's low, then the end result. Make it for the cop, call Winslow. Make it for the cop, call Winslow. Make it for the cop, call Winslow.
Watch a cop call Winslow.
And we are back.
Before the cop call Winslow.
So I'm gonna just keep myself
call
like this.
Winslow.
I'm gonna keep myself like this because we got a few more minutes left, and I want to be able to have the last song of the night queued up, ending on an R&B vibe too. But I have a question I normally ask a lot of people, right? Well, two questions that we're gonna get through. Sorry, guys. What is the highlight of your career right now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You can see the back on anything, but what do you feel like is your number one highlight?
It's a good question. A personal one is performing in front of the White House lawn. Like when Obama got elected, like during the campaign, Triborough, we performed in front of the White House lawn. We did a lot of activist type music, so that was cool. We didn't have to like water it down in front of the White House. That was cool. That was a proud moment.
Okay. All right, I see you. Now,
but that was like on the spot. Like I gotta really think about it. I might hit you tomorrow and be like, "No, that should have been the." You know what I mean? I gotta think about that because that's a long career. 23 years is long, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I did a lot of shit.
And then it's like you forever evolving. So it's like there's always gonna be multiple highlights that will take over the last one and the one before that.
That's a fact.
And now my last question: without music, who are you?
Nothing. I am music. Like I figured that out in life. That's part of me. Like one of my decrees, if I ever pass, and I tell my peoples this, I'm gonna tell it on air too. Make sure I'm buried with headphones on. Is that real? Like I need to be buried with headphones on. Like you feel what I'm saying?
See, real that's shit. Like I need to be buried with my camera.
I am music, yo. Like it's part of me. It's no detachment.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? Bro.
Okay, so guys, remember we gotta get a pair of beats and put it in there.
Copy. Well, by that time he'll probably have his own specialized headphones. So we just make sure we got those engraved.
That's the goal.
We'll have those engraved. See, I be knowing, dog. I be knowing.
Yo, guys,
well, I appreciate y'all having me though.
Yo, thank you for being here.
Great.
Yo, y'all can real quick. Y'all can follow me on IG at Congenius. Follow my artist at _ B.Hanka, B.ANKHA. know what I mean? Or, y'all can hit these lovely hosts. They know how to get in contact with me as well. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you again for coming. My host, where can we find you?
First of all, I ain't nobody's host. So, Mike, somebody's talking to you.
Oh,
Always talking to me. You have to find me at _Michael Bostic on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook's Michael Bostic. My EP of Love Story is out on all streaming platforms. My singles, Confused and Whatever You Want, are both out now. That's about it.
We dropping catalogs now. It's your boy CP the DJ. You can catch me every Tuesday night on Welcome to the Rawrrzone with these two lovely people. I'm gonna give y'all good names this time. Outside of that, you already know what it is. Rock you ENT all day, every day. CP the DJ on all platforms. CP the DJ 516 at Twitter. And I'm announcing it here that Murder Tape Volume 2 will be coming soon. Let's get it.
Right. My name is Katie King. This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone. We're gonna have guest music in the building next week. We'll find some other topic. I promise there will be no glitches. I'm gonna go play this Ways the Don Coco to end our night, and we'll see y'all next week.